Hey everyone, my name's Silver. Welcome back to my video, and today guys, we're going over one of my favorite decks in the whole wide world, Genesis Fenrir. So as you guys can see here, I'm holding a secret rare copy of Mythical Hell Sky Beast, Fenrir. And guys, so I think I did a video recently on my channel about Fenrir, maybe, possibly, I actually don't know. I forget. I've been doing a lot of videos as of late, so I tend to forget some basic things like that. Let me just double check real quick, now that I think about it. Because I know I tried recording one recently, I'm not sure if I actually uploaded one in the past week or so. There's my Sharanui. Nope, just my Sharanui deck profile. Alright, so guys, as you guys know with my Sharanui deck profile, I went over the cards I had for my Sharanui build, and that's by far one of my more complete builds, but this is by far one of my most favorite units, and I love this. If you guys don't know, and if you couldn't tell by my name, I'm a huge Wolf fan. I mean, my middle name is Wolf, like the animal, so honestly, just this card art alone is beautiful, and I love the secret rare release. The wolf's jaws that marks runes. And I love this card. I mean, I got this in a deck trade, so the deck itself more or less came in a trade, and then I got this in another Genesis trade, and I got two. And I'll tell you guys, I got this deck and two other decks that I plan on doing later on for under $100. So honestly, I made my money back, and I just love the fact that I have two cards of this. So we're gonna go over this. So this is a GB2. If you guys aren't aware of what this card does, it's really powerful. Let me put on my glasses because I'm having a hard time seeing. I'm really tired, guys. I had to walk to work again today, and that was a 2-hour walk, so I'm going to be going to bed after this, but hopefully I'll be able to read a bit better. Alright, so its skill is GB2 Vanguard Continuous. When you rearguard with the Revelation ability, your rearguard's Revelation ability changes. When this unit is placed on rear, look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Search for up to 1 card from among them. Put it into your soul, and put the rest at the top of your deck in any order. So I'm not entirely sure. I have to double check. Or you guys can let me know down in the comments below. But I think you can put up to both cards, because it says search up to 1. Or you can put both on top of your deck. And just in case you guys don't know what its skill is Act Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 3, you may draw a card. If you do not, put up to 1 card from the top of your deck into your soul, choose one of your rear guards, and that unit gets auto 3k. So again, this card's good because you use the Revelation skills to see what there is. Instead of sticking something to the soul, you can activate your skill and draw it. And we do run 2 of these guys in the deck. I think some people run him at 1 or 3. I prefer 2. It's a nice number. So we're going to put that back here. Put those secret rares with the secret rare. Just so much secret rare. And you guys will see, I actually own quite a few secret rare cards. Alright, so next card we run, it's normally the first stride. For my choice is Beast Slayer, Military DD, Tyrar. And its skill is Soul Blast 3. Look at the top card of your deck. Look at the top card you get. Put it on top or bottom of your deck, and until end of turn, this unit gets auto. When drive check. When it reveals a grade 1 or greater, you may soul charge 3. So, great card for the deck. It is our first stride. Even though I very rarely use this, we run 2 Great Angel Doom Brace. And its skill Soul Blast 3. Choose 2 of your rearguards, and they get 5k. And if the number of your cards is 2 or less, you soul charge 3. So like I said, we run 2. I hardly ever use them because I normally go into this, then I go into Fenrir, or my next card I'm about to reveal. So the next card that we run in this deck is 4 copies of Mythical Destroyer Beast Vanguard. And its skill is, just in case you don't know, it's a pretty iconic card from the anime, but Soul Blast 6, look at the, choose a copy of it, turn it face up. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, until end of turn, this unit gets auto. At the beginning of the drive step, you look at the top 4 cards of your deck. Search for 4 among them. Put them to the top or bottom of your deck in any order, and put the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So this allows you to search out, if your opponent no guards it, you can search out for all your criticals or your stands for more battles. This card is just really good. It allows you to search. So we run 4 copies of him, which is pretty nice. And then for G-Guards, we run 4 copies of Goddess of the 7 Colors Iris, which is put 3 cards from your drop zone to soul. If 3 cards were put, this unit gets 5k, and I don't think we run anything else. So yeah, so you can choose up to 3 cards. Once this is placed on guard, choose up to 3 cards from your drop zone, put them to soul. If 3 cards were put, this unit gets 5k until end of battle. So it's the, I think it's the only Genesis G-Guard I have right now, and it's one in the deck, so I haven't done any upgrading. So the starters I run in this deck, normally I run Goddess of Sound Sleep, just so I can get a guaranteed copy of her in the soul, because I only run 2 of her in my deck right now. I'm actually looking to make room and put more copies of her in my deck. But from time to time, I'll also run Fetcher Creator Van, but he does chill in the deck as a stand trigger slot when I run her. So yeah, these are the 2 cards I run as the starters. She allows me for multiple battles and looping, and he's for Revelation skills. So yeah, moving on to my grade 3 lineup here in 1 second. Boop. So my grade 3 lineup consists of 3 Fenrirs, Mythic Beast Fenrirs. And I'm not going to go over every unit skill, I'm just going to try to stick to the key important ones, but he soul charges 3 and allows me to call a unit when it's soul blasted, and that's all I use him for. So we run 3 of him, because it's a Fenrir deck. And then we run 3 copies of a Revelation Grade 3 Vanguard, just because Revelation. This is a Revelation themed deck. It's not entirely Revelation yet, but I've had this deck for a few years now, and I just haven't got it up to date with the new stuff. Grade 2s is a little shoddy in the lineup. Like I said, we run 1 copy of him for Revelation. That's about it. We run her so that we can use the stand triggers during battle. So her skill is Soul Blast 3. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose 2 cards from your opponent's hand at random and bind them face down. Again, her skill's really good because it's reducing my opponent's guard, and if they let her hit because they think they have a lot of cards, I get to stand her off of this skill. It's sort of like Wiseman looping, but better, in my opinion. But it has to hit, so it's not better. Moving on, we run 3 copies of Revelation. Gets 1k whenever a card's put in a soul. If it's due to a Revelation skill, it gets another 1k. So it gains 2k, and we run it for Revelation. We also run, against my better judgment, Mythic Snake. We run a total of 2 copies of her because, well, I would prefer to replace her, so. And then we run the Amber Clone at 4 copies because that's what came with the deck. A lot of these cards will be changed, so I'm looking to add in 1 more copy of her. Add in 2 more copies, 1 or 2 more copies of her, and then fill out the deck with this. But there's other things. You can run witches, which I'm planning on testing here at some point in the nearby future. So yeah, that's the grade 2 lineup. Not really all that impressive. I mean, I do really love this deck, like I said. It's one of my favorite decks. Grade 1 lineup, we run 4 copies of Stride Fodder. Search for Fenrir, drop it for grade +3. Now, we run the grade 1 Revelation at 4. It's one of my favorite cards, so it has Revelate, but the skill from Soul, put this to bottom of deck, choose 1 of your rear guards, stand it. This unit gets 3k. If you have a Vanguard with Fenrir in its card name, Soul Charge 2, choose 1 of your units, and this unit gets 3k. So, again, its Revelation is the main reason we use it, but it does help with looping and thinning my deck. We run 3 copies of the unit that whenever you Soul Blast gains 1k. It's powerful in a deck that Soul Charges and Soul Blasts repeatedly. And then we run 1 copy of Witch of Strawberries. The reason we run her is so we can guard against things other than our Vanguard. And then we run 3 copies of the Countercharger. Yes, this is done on purpose. I prefer to have this one extra because, honestly, I only need 1 in Soul to use one of their skills. So if I use 1, and then 2, and then 3, I don't honestly see me... It doesn't matter because of how my deck works. I use a card to recycle, so I could run literally 2 and I'd still probably be decent. I just run 3 for consistency, and then this one, and I'm too lazy to buy another. So, if you guys couldn't tell, this deck is very dog-themed between the Fenrirs and all the dog-themed units. So, moving on to our trigger lineup, which is short one, because one is over in the starter, but we do run 2 copies of the stand trigger, which I explained earlier. What you do is put this to bottom of deck. When this card is put to drop zone from Soul, you may pay the cost if you do. Choose one of your rear guards, stand it. Looping. We run 3 copies of this to give 3k and add stuff to Soul. It came with a deck, so I run it. We run 4 copies of the Fenrir trigger for now. Honestly, it's better because it just allows you to draw, give 5k, and yeah, that's why we run it. It's just the trigger, critical trigger for the Fenrir name. I also run 4 heals. Nothing special about them, I just run them. And last but not least, we run 3 Dreaming Dragons. And this is what I was talking about, my recycling of the deck. So Dreaming Dragon skill is when put this to the top of deck. At the end of your turn, you may pay the cost. If you do, return all cards in your drop zone to deck. Shuffle deck. Then if 10 or more cards were returned, draw a card. So this is recycling. This is why I can run certain cards at 1 or 2 copies or 3 copies and not worry, because most games I get 2 of these in Soul, so I'll use Fenrir's skill to place it on rear, so at end of turn I can recycle my drop and not have to worry about it. And it does help with trigger proliferation, so I use all my criticals. Well, now I don't have to worry about that because I got them all back. So I do plan on dropping 2 of these. I only really need 5 for 2 more of these, like I said. And then I think my trigger lineup is pretty solid. Honestly, her skill's nice, but it's not needed in a deck that already Soul Charges enough. But yeah, that is my Fenrir-themed deck. And I honestly love Fenrir, because Fenrir is amazing. So guys, until next time, tell me what you think of my deck, what I could improve, what units you think would run better in this deck. But overall, I've won a good chunk of games, and I like how it runs. Plus, the art for all these decks are just amazing. But until next time, guys, I've been the Silver Wolf, and I'll see you all later. Peace.